Hey, this is your level 99 AliExpress advisor. As you know, your PCs have cooling fans to cool them down, but your phones don't. Are you someone who wants to make sure that you can play games like PUBG or even just watch high definition videos for a long period of time? The way a computer cools down is by using a fan. Phones don't have a fan. What they do is they lower the performance and that's how they cool it down. But what if you don't want lower performance? Most people use radiators. So when we were browsing AliExpress to see which one we should buy, there are so many of them. The three that we bought though are the most commonly seen on the market. Let's bring them out. So here it is. This is the $15 one. This one is you might recognize the brand Black Shark. They are super popular even in the West. And lastly, the highest quality one is $30. But before I open them up, have you liked and subscribed to our channel? Please click the button down below and do that. Let's open the cheapest one first. It's really tiny. I would assume if it's $50, it'd be maybe just not very good quality. This looks really nice and the color is like really clean. Cool part is you can actually see the fan in there. So what we want to test by using these is 1, how well they work, 2, how noisy they are, 3, how much do they actually lower the temperature on your phone. Okay, cool. So this is the first one. Super nice. It's super light. Of course, they have this elastic thing right here that can actually expand quite a bit. So it can fit probably the largest phone there is at this time in the market. Okay, the next one that I'm probably the most excited about is this because the packaging just looks so cool and so nice. It's all black in color. Whoa, look at that. This is so nice. It looks like a really fancy watch. And it's heavier than the $15 one. Black Shark actually has their own gaming phone. They're pretty advanced in that industry. And so this is the highest generation radiator fan that is on the market by this product at this time. Again, this one also extends, and this actually extends on both sides, which is nice. Even though this looks really nice and feels really nice, one of the things is that it's actually quite big. So my only concern is if you're holding it and you're gaming, this would sort of get in the way of that and might be uncomfortable. But we're going to test it out to see how much of that is the truth. Okay, this one is probably my absolute favorite. It's insane. It literally has a cooling tank. Unreal. They call it a cooling pad. I mean, I knew that there were radiator phones, like fans out there for you to find, but I have never seen something like this. Obviously, has more equipment than the other two. You can only extend this side, like the first RGB radiator fan that we had. It's super light, very light. And this is actually plastic. The other two were a combination of metal and plastic. This is just pure plastic. And this is the tube that goes into this cooling tank right here. This looks like an apparatus for performing a surgery. It is so freaking massive. Like, it looks like I'm conducting some serious business on my phone if I ever need something like this. Interesting, I thought it would be glass or plastic. It's I don't know, it's like just very sort of cheap quality, but then the inside is quite decent. It also has the USB port on top, and then it has a button to turn it on. I do feel it's a little bit unnecessary, and it's to make you look more serious, if someone's using this, you feel like they're maybe not too serious about cooling down their phone. If you see someone use this, it's like, wow, they really want it to be cool. They're not playing around. What we're going to do is we are going to measure their temperature by turning them on at the same time to see how fast they cool down. We measured it before, and at room temperature, they're all 24. 11.5. 8.9. Wow, this dropped significantly. Okay, so this says that the temperature at this point is 0. That's almost below freezing. That is below freezing. At this point, if you put water on there, it should freeze. I'm scared to touch. It is so freaking cold. Wow. And the most interesting thing is that the water makes absolutely no noise. I mean, you don't even know that it's going on. The loudest one out of the three is the Black Shark. I am going to assume because the fan is pretty large and it's working quite strongly. But in terms of temperature, the $30 one is at 0. We're gonna test it with the gun to see if it is actually accurate. So it seems that this maxes out at 6.3. The thermometer on this thing says it's 1. This says 6.3. I think even if it's 6 or 1, that's pretty incredible. Now what I want to see is the fit of these devices on the phone. Do they fit really nicely? Does it feel weird? So the first one, oh my god, this is so cold. It is so cold. The first one we're going to try to fit in is this guy right here. It doesn't move a lot, but it's pretty easy to move around if you wanted to. You can go all the way up. And if I'm still gaming, it's quite nice because my fingers are still able to just be right here and I'm able to do what I need to do. And let's test the fit of this. With this one, we were concerned that our fingers might get in the way if we are gaming. Yeah, this one just feels so chunky compared to this guy. This one's so much chunkier. On a tiny phone like this, honestly, it doesn't feel very good. I barely have any hands to hold it. Most of the time when you're gaming, you do game this way, but still at the same time, I don't have that much hand space. So if I want to game, my hands will kind of come on the fan, and I don't know, that just doesn't feel very good. If you're gaming on a small phone like this one doesn't feel nice in terms of its fit. It gets in the way. This one feels rather nice. So if I were to pick, I would probably go for this because as we saw, the temperatures don't range that much and they both do a pretty decent job, even if this looks cooler. So this one is somewhat similar, still chunkier, but I think it's smaller. If you look over here, it's smaller than this one, but it's still chunky, so it sort of falls in the middle. So that one over there is the smallest, this one comes here, and then this one is the last one in terms of size. This one's pretty heavy. Cool, we're gonna go ahead and run benchmark tests using an app to see how this improves the performance of the phone. So before popping the machinery on, we did run scores on both the phones to see their performance. So those are the numbers as of now. We're gonna see if this actually enhances the performance and which one is better. It's still running the test, but right off the bat, I mean, if you touch this phone, this is actually quite cool. It's like not heated up, so like, you know, my fingers don't feel weird. Whereas this one, weirdly, it's hot, like on top, especially near the buttons. It's actually quite hot. It's not pleasant to hold on to for a long time. And then even the side over here is warm. So we don't know if it's the phone or if it's actually that Black Shark does not cool as better as this guy. Honestly, if I were to buy, I would very likely go for this one just because one, it's a little bit cheaper, and two, it actually outperforms this guy. 3, it's smaller, so easier to even hold your phone and doesn't make it super heavy. So we ran the benchmark test to see if it actually enhances the score of the phone using the benchmark app, and it did. This is the new score for this one right here, and this is the new score for the Black Shark. Even though the Black Shark heats up your phone a little bit more, it did enhance the score higher than this guy did. I mean, we don't really know how useful this is, to be very, very honest, but we were talking about how if you are in extreme hot temperatures, like if you go to the beach and your phone is out for too long, your phone will say that you cannot use your phone until the temperature cools down. And maybe if you don't want to wait, you can use one of these things. Just pop it on and it would, you know, cool down your phone really, really fast. So that could be effective. But in terms of the actual performance of your phone, we honestly don't know how much it helps. If you do let us know in the comment below, especially if you're someone who uses this and also games with it.